What's up, everybody? This is Ed. We're back with another video. Let's see. Just checking in. I know it's early. I should have been up probably last night. I wasn't to be on some panels and shit, but it is what it is. Oh, man. Let's see. Anyway, man, you got the Super Bowl coming on. There's been some crazy stuff that's been going on social media as of late. But like I said, so I shared these videos. Yeah, what's up, King 2878? I've shared a couple of videos on my community tab. One was of Jada Black. The other one is of O'Shea. And I wanted to comment on something really quick. Well, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see how long this goes. I given up saying it's gonna be a short video, and then because when I say that, I'm kind of like making it long on almost on purpose by doing that. So whatever. But anyway, I did. Let me go ahead and get set up real quick. So anyway, if y'all haven't seen, definitely check out David Carroll's video commenting on those females going at each other. Um, we don't need to name them over here, but I just wanted to keep it all the way 100. So listen to Kevin Samuels videos recently. Whatever, as always, y'all should check it out. But one of the things that's funny to me. No, absolutely. But I got other things to do, so a lot of these things do need to be cut short. That's actually another reason why I'm gonna start going with uploads and minimizing my lives, because at the very least the uploads can kind of make it so I can keep control over what's going on, and I can still give you all more crisp and focused content. It was this one dude where he was joking, or he want to say he's joking, like dudes try to do when they're serious about something, but he was saying how I make multiple points in one sitting, and yes, I do that, but sometimes you just got to slow it down. You know how they say when they talk about people are rapping too fast and you need to slow the shit down? That's kind of what I need to do, is start making point, and then closing the video up, point, closing the video up, because I could probably do better content that way. So you got some stuff that's definitely coming down the pipe. Now, commenting on the title below, you all see it. This video is kind of inspired by a video O'Shea did of a chick on Instagram, and yes, I definitely support him going on Instagram, because really I think he should go to TikTok too, but Instagram, I definitely be good, because the manosphere does need to expand more seriously into those things. But here's the deal. When you get, we all know the facade. I say this all the time. Black women are some of the most unbothered, but most bothered at the same time entities on the planet. And they always want to puff their chests out and get into this mode with the sassiness on 9,000. The sassiness on 9,000, with the head shaking and all it is. Like, everything in that moment when they're talking that shit is 100% valid, even though 99% of what they're saying is straight bullshit. So go to his video, check out what I'm talking about when you get done with this, of the light-skinned chick. But real fucking talk. You got most of these, make no mistake, black women love to walk around here like they all getting money, getting paper. You would think they all D-boys getting money, getting paper, living their best life, and black men just have to catch up with their ass. And I'm like, that's not really what's going on. Most of y'all are broke. People tend to forget that black women have the least amount of wealth out of everybody. Y'all the brokest out of everybody. And yes, that includes Latin women too. Y'all the brokest. And y'all are not even that significant, that big enough of a, typically smaller population should have more money. We know racism, white supremacy. We're putting that aside right now, because black women have a lot of advantages. They operate as a double minority. So this idea, if we're going to use racism, white supremacy as an excuse, technically they should have more money than black men do, because they definitely don't have as many pitfalls. But my point is not really about just going at black. It's really just saying, look, you're not fooling nobody. You're definitely not fooling us. We know you. We grow up with you. We know how you are. And you're not fooling anybody else. This idea that black women have this mentality where they really, really believe that they are putting up a facade or a mask that nobody sees, as if everybody doesn't see what's out there. I came across I may post it, but an Instagram. And make sure you all check out my Telegram. So I'm gonna be putting in that link tree, and that link tree is gonna have access to all my social media. It's gonna have access to the Twitter, to the Instagram, to the website when I get that created. And the Telegram is probably the most important because that's the thing where I can kind of freely share stuff without any restrictions. So definitely make sure you click on that when you get the chance. That'll be on the community tab. Periodically, I'll post that. So it'll be in the about section. I actually need to get on that after this video. Make sure that's there. But check that out. Now, they're really out here believing that nobody sees what they do. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. It was a post, and it had this like really docile, like really, you know, dainty kind of like woman that looks like a tree, kind of like one of them cartoon character kind of things. And then it had like a fire demon. And in the post it said black women are this, but the media, everybody else portrays them to be this. And I'm like, the opposite of that is true. I'm like, are you fucking serious? And so it's this reality that they hold on to that is not real. The shit is like WandaVision. Like, if you all seen that TV show WandaVision with Elizabeth Olsen, that's literally what we deal with. And when you pull them out of that motherfucker, they start to tell you who they really are at that point. Stop fucking with my world. That is literally what's going on is that WandaVision TV show. Where the real world is out here, and in their own minds, they're in that fucking hex. They are in that goddamn hex. And so when you hear these women talk, when you hear women say stupid shit, especially, and I'm glad they called that talk about she's pride, because that's not the first time I've called a lot of these bitches. And look, I have no problem. I'm not one of these people that's gonna shame somebody for consolidating like resources when it comes to living. But at the same time, if you're talking all this shit, I mean, all this shit about other people. You pocket watching. You talk about what somebody got to do for you, and you a queen. You all this. Then yeah, people are gonna start digging up your shit because it's not really about what the points are at all. It's really about you saying you better than motherfuckers. So people need to come to your fucking level, and you talk. And really, the only thing you really bringing is, as David Carroll would say, a circumference of your ass. That's really it. And the thing about it too is, I know black women that do a hell of a lot of amazing things. So I can tell the difference between somebody, and I can tell you a lot of these women that do a lot of shit are not talking like that. They really aren't, because they're not out here trying to prove something to nobody. So shit like that just gets on my nerves. Like, bitch, you're broke. Stop trying to front like somebody needs to come to your level. You're broke. You just wear it better than the average hood rat. Because you know how to make yourself up to look like you something. That's all that is. But bitch, you're broke. I know women that look like hood rats that got way more money than you got. You're broke. And you think because the only reason why you matter, and that's something that people need to start telling these chicks, you're only in the game because you have a vagina. That's it. If you didn't have a pussy, nobody would care if you died. You would be useless. Like, seriously. That's the only thing that's keeping some of y'all in the game, is the fact y'all got a vag. And y'all are taking that to the absolute limit that that's going to go. This is why women are always, it's crazy. That's all they have. That's all a lot of these chicks that say they have. Give me money. Why? Because I have a vagina. So we put all this other bullshit in front of it in order to make it seem like you somebody that needs to be invested in. This is why when Kevin talks about marriage, you see, because here's the thing, the only woman that deserves to really be invested in, like just a front load investment, is somebody that's going to be a wife. Because she is a part of your legacy. She's a part of like your family. But see, women don't understand that. Women have this belief that men are supposed to invest all this shit to fuck. Well, we're dating. No, if you're not dating, if dating doesn't lead to courting, you're not dating. You're basically hooking up and having casual sex. Dating is supposed to lead to courting, which is supposed to lead to marriage. If you're not doing that, then all of that upfront investment, 90-day rule bullshit doesn't matter. Yeah, what's up, Excalibur? That shit doesn't matter. If I'm just trying to fuck, then pretty much it's like, what can I is best price. It's best price. Like there's a difference between having like when you buy a brand new car, you accept the depreciation, the value of that car is going to drop significantly, like what 15-20% instantly when you drive it off the lot. You accept that because that's a brand new car that you get to break in. That is your car. There's a difference between a car, even though it's a small difference, it's a significant difference between a car that has like let's say less than 1,000 miles, because obviously cars are driven a little bit. So let's say a 0 mile car and a car that is like a 30,000 mile car. Even though a 30,000 mile car is still a certified pre-owned, there is a difference because you're accepting you are the first one dealing with it. And you and men don't really argue that that deserves a certain investment. This is why when dudes deal with younger women, and Kevin Samuels talks about that, younger women are more moldable. And here's the thing. It's to the point now where younger women don't even require the same amount of upfront investment that women that are slightly older than them do. That's how crazy that shit is starting to be now. Because really, women are out here trying to sell snake oil, and the problem is not just really just the women. It's that you have an entire industry, a profit center, and the best way to describe it, like when you hear people that talk about renewable energy, they always talk about that the biggest obstacle for really getting the world on board with the renewable industry is the idea that the elites still make a lot of money off of fossil fuels. And as long as and the technology is there a lot more than what people really want to say. This is what you'll hear people start to say. The technology is a lot further along than what people will tell the truth about. But they're incrementally bringing the technology online because they still want to give the elites time to transition their stuff into the emerging markets, and they still want to profit off the fossil fuels because that's what keeps kind of the order the way that it is. And those people have too much control over different things when it comes to governments and levers of power, and to block that shit. So this is why you'll almost have to wait till like fossil fuels gets to the point where you almost have to do it, or another country has to do it before it really takes off. It's the same thing with the dating market. It's the same exact thing with the dating market. The dating market, women, a lot of what you hear on YouTube from the females is nothing more than sexual politicking. That's all it is. All of the pro-black shit, the pro-ADO shit, the Pan-African shit with all under the same banner. The what black, it's all sexual politicking. Even when they throw black men under the bus, what they are essentially doing is they are basically, to them, they think they're broadcasting to the world that black men ain't shit, so come save me because we're open for business. Whereby still trying to preserve their right to deal with black men if they have to fall back on it. That's what they think they're doing. What they don't know is quiet as it's kept. Kevin has a growing, there's a lot of white men that follow Kevin Samuels. There's a lot more white men that I think a lot of people or black women will be comfortable with admitting. There's a lot of white men that even they identify with what he's saying because that they identify with it because in their, even though it to them it's not called high value, it's normal shit. They see a lot of what Kevin's talking about even in their own women. A lot of people don't really know that. Quiet as it's kept, there's a lot of white men that follow Kevin. I'm not saying like a significant amount, but it's a lot more than what people would believe. And I think, and that's something I don't even think that was anticipated even by Kevin like that. Because Kevin, like presenting it the way he's presenting it, makes it a lot more commercial. And and even with the Tommy Lawrence situation, like if you look at that video, his video grows because what he's showing is this stuff. It's not just with black people, but at the same time, it's the most significant with us because there's too many free for all shit. But yeah, man, I'm listening to this chick, and then she's doing the head wavy thing and all of that bullshit. And I'm like, and what kills me, it's like this chick knows she lives, she ain't got her own shit like that. But it's just the fucking con. And it's like, wow, there's just no humility to you, and you ain't got no fucking reason to be acting like that. other than the fact you got weave in your head, you think because you light skin and you fucking feeling yourself. Even with that stomach shit. Like you can tell. A lot of these black chicks, even ones that are not obese, they struggle with their weight. They got weight. They got, when I say weight issue, they got weight insecurities. I know women that are very attractive. The dudes wouldn't even give it a second look. Black men wouldn't even give it a second look. But they have insecurities. I've seen that even in younger chicks where they want to be narcissistic and arrogant like that, but something holds them back because they know they don't want to do to be like, bitch, you fat, shut the fuck up. Especially by a nigga that they like or a nigga they would fuck with, because that shit will fucking just pop their fucking ego. So they hold back a lot of that queen shit a little bit because they know a dude will just default to that shit. And these are otherwise pretty attractive women. No, not all the big towel watch. Like again, and even and see that's another thing. Like Rolo, look, I don't know about the white boys like that. I know some channels I used to watch, but I don't go over there like that. I really don't. But I do know to a certain extent who Rolo Tomasi is by proxy. Some of you other niggas. But I don't watch his content. But I do know enough to know he's married. This idea, see, that narrative that MGTOWs, like they all MGTOWs are just that's a narrative women want to promote because again, you have to default everything they do to them sexually politicking. Because one of the issues in the black sector is we take what they say way too seriously sometimes. I break the points down just to show they can be broken down and just to show most of what they say is full of shit. Even if you go look at what they're talking about from a clinical standpoint, you still can show, oh, this is bullshit. They think what they're saying. And so you do it to show it can be done. But at the same time, I tend to not want to go deep in a rabbit hole with them anymore. Because also, the more you comment on their shit, the more you actually help grow their channels. No, I wouldn't be surprised, Shane, because I've been in the black manosphere for a long time. White men used to make their presence a lot more known in the black manosphere. You know, remember BGS was Black Agnostic Speak, which was designed to be a white channel. And to be honest with you, BGS would be right where O'Shea and Kevin is, because BGS could have took the Greg Adams route, except not show his face. BGS chose to be more ignored and be more black male oriented, and he still got to like 34,000 subs. So remember that. So and yeah, remember that. So and BGS doesn't even upload content like that. So when you look at it, actually what he does in comparison to how he uploads as far as things that the algorithm will push your shit a lot, he actually has a lot of subscribers. Shit, same thing with MOT. Yeah, a lot of these niggas, but a lot of them white boys take what we say though. I agree with what BGS says that we're the thought leaders, because a lot of them take what we say and they don't give credit. They don't give enough credit to the black manosphere than they should. Because quite frankly, even though I'm not gonna act like we care about a whole bunch of white dudes listening to us, um, and that's probably for the best that they don't. To be honest with you, one of the things that that would be helpful is if they make it very clear to tell these chicks to stop black women, like the ones that like to swirl it up, to tell them stop using their name to attack black men. That's something that would be very helpful. I'm not trying to run at a white man and shut a black chick down, but I'm saying when they try to make these white boys understand and go on their channels, that there's gonna be white men that's gonna answer you when you go on these black chicks channels to try to jump on other dudes. Especially dudes that are not in like the manosphere at all. That's not their place to do that. And they'll have to, that is something that would be helpful to en route them. That's something that, yeah, would be helpful. Because they say something like that's why Sandman used to get so these women used to get so mad about Sandman, because God forbid a white man tells them that it ain't that tells them about themselves. They can't handle that. They psychologically just cannot deal with that. See, I haven't caught any of Kevin Samuels lives. I don't know. I gotta go his thing and get his damn thing. That's crazy though. That's crazy. I haven't caught any of Kevin Samuels lives on Instagram. And I'm glad, because honestly, Kevin, like Instagram, like Love Dorsey is growing very rapidly on Instagram. Instagram, if when you look at when you yeah, Sandman's one of I'm not gonna say he's one of the few that I've listened to enough of his stuff that if I would find some racial shit in it, he's one of the few that doesn't have it. And some of the other ones, I'm not talking about the bigger ones, but the ones that are kind of like that second tier, but they're still big. You gotta listen to them. Like you gotta listen for it, but it'll come up eventually. And what's a Love Dorsey? Love Dorsey is a female channel. Go check her out. Craig the Tech Guy. Basically, if I had to describe her in one sentence, she's basically the female Minister Jack. Yeah, and honestly, Kevin's in Kevin's in position to grow. Like God forbid he got on TikTok. And there's a lot more people on. There's a lot more folks on TikTok than you would think. Like when you see all of these challenges, that shit is coming out of TikTok, because TikTok's algorithm. See, a lot of people will ask, why are people doing the same shit over and over and over again? That's because TikTok incentivizes trends. And I know everybody thinks TikTok is just for kids, but you'd be surprised. I've looked at a lot of adults. When I say adult, I mean like dealing with your credit, dealing with finances, things that kids wouldn't watch, and that stuff. And I've seen people really blow up. So a lot of these motherfuckers are on TikTok more, and they're on Instagram, but they're on TikTok, and they're en routing that to their other channels. And it's not just thoughts, like even like people in different businesses and stuff. So I've looked at TikTok at the potential of me using that to en route my channel, but I have a specific audience. So I have to say, okay, is my audience really on there? And I've seen some red pill stuff on there. Well, I mean, my thing is this. I'm not like looking for these people. If it's something that I want, like tangible, like information, if I hear that they're here, I'm not gonna listen to it like anymore. But I'm not looking for it like that. But when it comes to this like the dating shit and all of that, or gender shit, the reality is them being like that kind of gets around what the point of the goal even is in the first place. Because there's certain things that are just too universal to even care about that. But I'm not. That's what I used to do back in the day. I don't even go over there like that anymore because I just don't care. Yeah, what's up, raining woman? Yeah, Dijon, it can be. And it's been I've seen some really creative ways that people but you gotta remember, like now TikTok, it's been so many social networks that come before it. The niches are pretty established now. What the niches are very established. Food, animals, food, pets, thought shit, or yeah, food, pets, thought shit, education that disseminates from a lot of stuff. The fitness, the broader niches are already there. So it just depends on how you're gonna do the algorithm. Nah, Blast Fried, I wouldn't say TikTok is OnlyFans like. Because unless you're really like you can't unless you're really looking for that thought shit, it's not gonna really just hit you in the face like that. But yeah, but um going back to this bullshit about I'm just tired of men telling us what we should want and all this bullshit. Nobody's telling you what you should want. Folks are telling you how likely it is to get it. And here's the biggest reason why I wanted to do this video, and I actually forgot about it. The biggest reason I wanted to do this video is this. The problem with women in this conversation is they act like you all are not immortal. And I almost wanted to title it this. You all are not immortal. You all actually think like time, that there's no such thing as a clock. There's no such thing as things running out of time. Like you all really act like that. Like you all can be 40 years old chasing the same shit as if you were 20 years old. Josh Johnson, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because my thing is, I'm sorry, because to me, that's no different than what the dating coaches do. The dating coaches use the allure of getting pussy and the idea that they get pussy as a way to attract male followers. Appreciate it, Utopia. So no, I've never had a problem with women using their looks. I mean, as somebody that's a marketer, I would tell women they'd be a fool not to. There's no point. Because at the end of the day, the point of getting followers is so you can get access to the algorithm, to spread your message. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Love Dorsey has a tattoo like right here on her face. And you've seen Platinum and other dudes, and shout out to Minister Jap for promoting DJ Kuda's page. For people to act like Jap don't never promote nobody, I did want to acknowledge that because he's done DJ Kuda, he did Thai City. So I want to let him know people, I respect that. People see that. Shout out to Minister Jap. Because those guys are really good guys. And they deserve it. But anyway, you'd be a fool not to. I have no problems with women doing that. What I have problems is if women are selling lies and shit. But again, it comes back to the information. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Like, and my thing with like I said, Danica Marie, as crazy as shit is now, she's not somebody that I like would be on my exhibit A list or who shouldn't be on YouTube. I mean, at the end of the day, her stuff is easily responded to and dealt with, as far as bringing it within alignment. She's not an issue. Not like that. You almost can put Danica Marie in the same situation as Kevin, just opposite sides of that same coin. Because Kevin believes in marriage. And it ain't like Danica ain't married. As far as the sixth goddess, I tend to like where she's coming from with a lot of her stuff. But there's nothing wrong with using your looks. I mean, dude, again, you all have to accept. See, this, and that's another video I need to do too. It's not a double standard. It's a different standard. There are certain double standards that benefit men. There's a lot more double standards that benefit women, and they're willing to talk about. Social media is one of them. But every woman that gets on social media is not necessarily this done. Like, what is it? Brandy Nicole. The chick to be on, shout out to MT, apologize sorry about what he's going through right now. They may blow up on different, it is what it is. Women can use their looks. It is what it is. As men, we got to make up for that with our tenacity, ingenuity, but that's what makes us men. That's what makes the shit we do have more staying power. Nigga, I remember Olivia Alexa. Any of y'all has been in this space for a long time. Olivia Alexa could come in this bitch and get, after being gone for 2 years, and get 100,000 subscribers from dudes. Because she's not just pulling from black men. Even though she would use king, queen, and this, if she's from, like, Argentina. So that's never bothered me, and that shouldn't bother any of you all. The question is, because see, the fact that bothers some of you all tells me that you all really pay attention to it. I pay attention to what the fuck is coming out of their mouth. And honestly, if they're a good-looking female, and they're saying the right shit, more the better, because that gives more validity to it. Shout out to Avery Woodley, who just crossed 5,000. Shit. You want to talk about people growing? Dennis Sperling has been growing like gangbusters. He's a guy, but he has his credibility of the money he has. Stephis Cole is at like 300 and something thousand, I think. But he's fit. So you see the proof. And like I said, Love Dorsey has a tattoo right here, and she's not an ugly chick. And her voice, people dudes get turned off by her voice, but guess what? She went from like 112 to 150 Instagram subscribers within a couple of months. You have like social media. We know how we get. Social media is social. Well, I mean, Harambe, I don't look, dude. Here's the thing you got to understand. I've always said on this channel 20% of black women are within acceptable alignment of common sense, and 80% of them have degrees of fuckery. So, like, when you go from 20 to like 21 to maybe 35 or 40, then you get those 21 to 40 chicks. I'm talking about those chicks that they're outside the 20%, but they're still close to it. And you put them around women like the Six Goddess and stuff like that, they will tend to act right because they don't really have these real bad issues with black men to the extent where they think it's just something wrong with black men. But if they get around female, these are the women that if you put them around of the other chicks, then they'll buy into that rhetoric. But if you get them away from that rhetoric and have a conversation, you'll realize in their real life they're not acting on it like that. Then you have like the 41s to like 50s or 55s where they're more like sheep. They're just gonna be whoever they're gonna be around, they're gonna buy into. Then you have the rest of them that's really on some serious fuckery. That's the difference. So always be aware of your social environment, but I don't have this thing where it's just, oh, well, I just gotta be away from black women entirely. There's black women I'm around all the time. I just choose not to be around the ones that demonstrate bullshit. That's all that is. And I've always said that. Harambe, she is bad, but at the same time, and see, a lot of y'all, I'm not trying to act like I'm always around gorgeous women, but I don't have this poverty mentality of attractive black women. And this is not about who I get or anything. This is about, I don't sit here, oh man, she bad as fuck. So because she bad as fuck, I'm going to accept 1 plus 1. She says 1 plus 1 is 2.5. Okay, it's not 2.5, but at least she ain't saying it's 3. So because she bad, I'm going to buy in it. No, I'm like, bitch, no, it's 2. It's 2. Fuck you talking about? Because a lot of niggas are on some, I can't leave potential or possibility of pussy on the table. A dumb bitch is a dumb bitch. I don't care if she's a 9 or what. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't still want to fuck, but I'm not gonna pretend she ain't a dumb bitch. And I hate to say, I know I got women listening. I hope y'all ain't turned off by that. But my point is that I don't separate that. I just don't. And a lot of y'all will buy into that a little bit. So when you all highlight that she's bad, everybody can see if a black woman is attractive. I don't need to, like, that doesn't need to be presented. Yes, the Six Goddess is a very attractive black woman. Avery Willie is a very attractive black woman. Especially consider, like, not to say women had kids or not, but yeah. But that's not, oh, she bad as fuck. Oh, nigga. No. Because I'm around attractive black women. That's not, it's just like being a light-skinned dude and dark-skinned nigga, she light-skinned. And light-skinned dudes are like, okay. We don't have the same, oh, I need a light-skinned bitch. I need it. No. Like Janaea Moore. A lot of niggas will give her a pass because she's light-skinned. Bullshit. Yeah, man, but she look good though, because no, she doesn't. She looks like Tisha Campbell. Like she could be Tisha Campbell's daughter. All light-skinned chicks are not automatically attractive because they're light-skinned. And they happen to be in shape. But a lot of y'all act like that. Just like, that's why I got real mad when people were when I brought up Love Dorsey. I brought up Love Dorsey is not an ugly chick. If you would have take like even with that tattoo, y'all need that like y'all ain't fucking, you're lying. But my point was to bring her up was the fact that this is a woman that's keeping it all the way 100. So this is a woman that we can present this like, look, y'all think what we doing is bashing. Let me show you what that shit really sounds like coming from somebody that look like you has lived probably a worse life than you have. Oh, by the way, that is married. Let's see what that real shit is when you take out whether it's empowering information, but it's tough love. Let's see what that sounds like. That's her. And then every nigga, even Marcus like reeled it back in. Be oh man, how she sounds, da da da. And I'm like, I'm not listening to these. But here's the thing: everybody loves to talk about how somebody sounds. It's funny. Everybody commented on how Love Dorsey sounds, even though you could see her face. But everybody got something to say about Jessica X because of how she sounds on the positive end, because you can't see her face. So Love Dorsey's already proven to me how disingenuous that argument really is. That a lot of y'all, it's like you all, I'm not looking for how these people look. I'm looking for facts. Now, if you're now going back, if you're talking about what a nigga needs to do for you when you can't do the shit for yourself, but you're not acknowledging the value of a man that can do something for you, you can't do for yourself. Then, because that's what it is. These women, what they looking for is they're looking for dudes that are like part-time tricks. That's what they're looking for. Part-time tricks. They're looking for niggas that are basically gonna do the acculturated prostitution to the max. And even and shout out to fucking Ron Wills. Even Ron Wills don't rock with that shit. And he's done videos every once in a while, but he does videos where he brings that shit up. That a coach like no, it's not gonna be like that. The market is the market, and the reason why I'm very forceful on making the market as pure as it can be, because I know the black women that's got some sense are gonna be all right. And I'm not even talking. Even a black woman that's a black woman that's a 5 can get married. I know plenty of black women that are fives, that are overweight, that are married to niggas that actually produce to the point where they don't gotta work, but they work because they want to. I know that. So I know the women actually got any kind of mental, like they are at the acceptable level of just not being a straight bitch. I know they'll be all right. And the women, and so what you really, the friction is really in the women that they want to get away with shit. Kevin Samuels did that video on the, I'm not haggling. We're not haggling for pussy anymore. And what happened? She kept saying, well, I feel like all bullshit starts with I feel like. It's only a handful of women that when they say I feel like, I just don't automatically shut down with what they're going to say after that. Yes, that is Tyrone Woodley's. I don't know if they're separated. I think it's ex-wife, but yes, that is who that is. I looked that up because she has Avery Woodley has a whole bunch of Instagram posts. And she has like 3,000. So you got to scroll down. If you scroll down like down to a year, you get to where she was. Yeah, so that is, yep. But she was behind the scenes and all that. Those are her kids. So if anything, Avery is a woman that got a high value man. 100 octane. So if anybody has credibility to talk about these things, she has it. Raining woman, like it ain't even nothing to be explained. At the end of the day, man, social media is extended to real life. I don't, any dude that has a problem with that, what do you expect? A chick to come up here looking raggedy as hell? I can tell you right now, and this is what kills me with that. There's Jessica X is not the only woman I know of that just keeps it audio. There's a couple of women I've listened to way before Jessica X ever came around. Did they just do audio? I mean, shit, Chrissy doesn't show her face. And there was a lot of dudes that gravitated to Chrissy, unfortunately. So it doesn't matter. So these things get away from what the fuck are they saying? And is what they're saying correct, incorrect? Is it dumb? Is it not dumb? That's the only thing I care about. Like, I'm not on here to be oogling and goggling at chicks. Yeah, if they're attractive, sure, okay, yeah, wow, this chick's attractive. Shit, what is it? The pink book lessons? She don't show her face. That's not what the point is. And it's like black people can't get away from that shit. Oh, what do they look like? You don't ask a white person what they look like. You take the information as is. I'm not going to church. When you say go to church, I think you talk about Minister Jap's channel. Yeah, I'm going to hell, but whatever. Yeah, what's up, Soul Provider Speaks? And probably the biggest thing that's going on with the females is that you seen a lot of female channels are starting to come online, and they're starting to realize that there is a market. Like, there is a market for the other side, and you're starting to realize. And so when you got women like Raining Woman, for example, see, man, Raining Woman didn't have channels that she could really go to that, now that she could say, okay, look, we all, like, black men ain't perfect, but black women damn sure ain't perfect either. So, and I'm not talking about the 50-50 argument, but so let's stop playing this game like it's all black men's fault because she's not on board. Maybe a year ago, she wouldn't have had a lot of channels that she could go to with that. You had what? April Mason, Rebecca Lynn Pope, but even them, Nicole, but even them, they're still on some. You can see there's issues that they still have. Where when they get mad, they start showing what they really feel like. And then it was really about, well, you all need to be nicer, not to be feminine for feminine's sake, but you all need to be nicer because you all need to be able to get more out of what that man is and what you're getting. Danica Marie is probably the best at probably disseminating that information if you have that school of thought. And that's kind of why I don't embrace Danica 100%, because I kind of put her low-key in that category. Except she's just smart enough about it where she won't put herself in a position to where she'll say what it really is. Soul Provider almost got her there, though, since I see you in the chat. I saw that Game Changer video. That was the closest I ever seen her coming out of her frame. But even then, the way she went, you could tell she didn't just go from A to Z. She went A, B, C, D. So she didn't make it look like, which gave it a chance for her to rope that back. Which shows Danica Marie probably has the most emotional intelligence out of all these women on here. And most black men are not really capable. Most black men are not used to dealing with black women that have that type of emotional intelligence. Most truly alpha females in the feminine, not alpha females as they act like men, but top tier women, they have emotional intelligence. And black men, I don't say you should fear that, but most black men are not equipped to deal with a black woman that actually has that kind of emotional intelligence, because you niggas are easily manipulated by women like that. I would even argue red pill men can be easily. I think Six Goddess has good emotional intelligence. A woman that has emotional intelligence that is attractive is a dangerous thing to a black man, because most of you niggas, unless you're on like BGS's level, you all are not equipped. Even if you may think you're red pill, but when you come across women like that, you're not going to be able to. Most of you all are not. That's like saying, "Oh, I'm a Sith, I'm a Jedi Master," but you all come up against like a Darth Vader or a Palpatine. You motherfuckers are going to get cut the fuck down, because if you haven't been exposed to that, you don't know how to deal with that. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing that women have emotional intelligence. But what I'm saying is, from the perspective of you all are one blowjob away. Most of you all are not even one blowjob away. Most of you niggas are one really good hug away from going back to blue pill. Some of you all are one good, sincere black female apology away to going back to blue pill, or going black, at least in the purple pill. But yeah, like I was saying, Raining Woman has Six Goddess, Pink Book Lessons, it's Avery Woodley, and it's more channel. It's a channel that I think Kevin put up this either O'Shea, no, Mediocre Tutorials did a review on this light skinned chick that she's got like 100 and something subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. Not to mention Jessica X, but even if you're a woman, because Jessica X can have a lot of smoke when it comes to the women she deals with. It's a lot of kinetic friction. It's a lot of channels now, and it wasn't that year ago. And I think that's one of the most significant developments, because what it does is shows, it allows us, like I keep telling you all, this idea that we're gender warring, we need to stop saying it. We're not gender warring with these women. We're just saying what it is. We're not saying what you shouldn't get. We're saying the likelihood that you're going to get it, because what we're trying to do is say we need to have a conversation about what the facts are, not this bullshit about this fantasy that you want to be in. Well, you're killing my hope. It's not about hope. Because the truth is, you all, a lot of you all are not competing enough that puts you in position to even do that. Like, for instance, Avery Really's got 3 kids. It's a hell of a lot more likely, based on the mentality she has, that she'll find a high value dude. Because if anything, remember what Kevin said, your baby daddy is indicative of the best you're gonna get. Well, look at who her ex-husband was. So yeah, she's gonna be more likely to duplicate that maybe than somebody who never had that. So what you have is a lot of people that's looking for bailout programs. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that. Shout out to O'Shea, man. And shout out to O'Shea. Absolutely. And one of the things that I want to, since O'Shea is here, one of the things I want to put out there, real talk, because I just shouted out Minister Jap, because you know Logic has a younger channel, a lower subscriber channel, because he's new. Same thing with Kuda, even though they do good work. Shout out to Uncut Truth. You know, for people to try to act like, you know, one thing you can't say about O'Shea is that O'Shea ain't gonna shout out channels that if it strikes his fancy that are doing great work, even though they have a lot of subs. He was like right at there, like right where I was at, and young Uncut Truth is at about north of 5,000 now, and a lot of that has to do with O'Shea shouting them out. And to be fair, he does great. Them interviews are worth shouting out, because interviews are premium content, especially if you can get a lot of different women to say a lot of different shit. That's not easy content to come by, so it's definitely worth shouting out. So that's appreciated. But my thing is, and by the way, that fucking video with the polygamy shit was funny to me too. They'll do it sooner than that. Because the thing about it is, Love Dorsey and O'Shea, dude, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Since you in here, straight up, I'm telling you right now. I don't know. Pharaoh says he knows Love Dorsey. I want that interview. If you get that interview, I'll throw $30 at that super chat. That's the interview I want to get. That is the fucking interview I want to see. And I like O'Shea's pretty much most of O'Shea's interviews. That's the interview I want to see. I want to see that, and I want to see Avery Woodley. But Avery Woodley is still young in her channel. But I want to see that. But the thing about Love Dorsey is Love Dorsey has 151 Instagram followers. And when I first started listening to her about like 6 weeks ago, she had only like 112. So she's rapidly growing on Instagram. So seriously, that and when you take her videos and you actually put it on YouTube, those videos do well. I know people that have like no channels and they're putting her videos up. So motherfuckers do gravitate to her shit. So I'm telling you, like, dude, that is the female Minister Jack, basically, as far as what I'm saying. And she don't need us. So it ain't like, oh, well, so that's the interview I want. I want that and Avery Really, but I really want Love Dorsey, if I had to pick. What's up, Iori? Shit, I need to lose weight my damn self. I got this thing called the Gorrila Bow. Y'all need to go look that up. That's all I'm gonna say. Very good tool. Yeah, so provider, well, it ain't even about a pick me because one of the things I hate about this space, this mammy supporting black men doesn't mean mammy. That's not what mammy has ever meant. So what we're doing now is we're starting to change. As David Carroll would say, we're starting to change what terms mean. And the fact that you have black, like, think about it. What term do you really have black? Is one thing to overly support black women. That's not what we're talking about. But a black man actually choosing a black woman to and say, I'm just gonna date black women, we don't have a term for that. The women literally have a term for black women that say they want to date black men. Think about that. And then not only do they have a term, they remix the term and call it mammy. The truth is, swirling is a hell of a lot closer to being a mammy than dating black men. But see, that's the bullshit right there. But my point is, yeah, that's the bullshit right there. Yeah, like you know who a black woman is if you piss her off. That's all I got to say. Because when they get mad, they show you what they are. No, I understand that random woman, but my point is, it's not talking about you in particular. It's talking about your archetype. Your archetype. That's all I mean. Well, it's not about not Danica. The thing about it is, I listened to Danica all the way back to when she was on Facebook. Danica is what this is who Danica is, like real talk. Danica is basically the type of female that used to get in the 90s. She'd be the type of female that when the stepdaddy market was in full production, in fact, it was in overproduction. She'd be the type to understand, I'm winning, let me lead from the back. And I understand and understanding the value of a man feeling like he's a man, so he's on cruise control. Now you can call that what that is, but at the end of the day, the difference between her and women today is you got a lot of women like Christy and them, they're fucking game goofy. That's the difference. You also got to understand that because Danica Marie is married, she understood to get what she liked and work with what she liked. She's not a very attractive woman. She didn't play this, I'm going to stay in the game forever because I can always do better than the next thing. I know women like that today. I know women that are bad, that dark skinned women that they had the same boyfriend for years because it just in case another nigga came through. And it's not that another nigga didn't come through, it was that the dudes that came through, they didn't have the same trust level that they could exhibit with the dude that they were with. And the dude that they were with were the type of dude that any other chick would be cool with getting. It's just they were a very attractive female. And when they ended up going in with that dude, get married, kid one, kid two, twins, they went all in and they went in. Not no, oh, I'm in this marriage, but it's like a long term like relationship dating, and then I'll just jump out of it. And there's nothing wrong with that. So the thing about it is the reason why she runs into issues with all these other females, because all these other females are too fucking game goofy to understand how to get out of a man what they need to get out. And that's where the friction between her and the other women come in. It can kind of benefit us. Where she presents, that's the value she brings. You chicks hate men because you bitches are game goofy. And you call me a pick me because I have the ability to get to not only select correctly, basically select what I want and whether it's what I want as far as how to do looks, how to do can produce and grow with that and then benefit from that. What does Dennis Sperling calls it having power from a submissive position. I know random woman understands what I'm talking about too, because she does it when in a way like let's say shit gets contentious. Random woman doesn't get loud. What she does is she turns the volume down, like on her own thing. And so what happens is that forces a dude to pretty much walk kind of where she's at, like what's going on, because she kind of dies, she falls back. Not in a I'm having an attitude way, but like it's not about. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. My thing though is that, and take Rainy Woman out of it, Danica Marie has matriarchal tendencies. It's just how she does it is a lot more sophisticated. Remember what I told you, niggas. I told you that if it ever had to be, matriarchy could be sold to black men. Gynocracy can't be, but matriarchy could. If you have more women like Danica, that's what I'm talking about. You would not have a manosphere if it was a situation like if more women were in the range of how Danica were as far as how she goes about shit, you would not have a black manosphere. You wouldn't have it. Because you didn't have this like this in the 90s. Because there was more women that were like that. And so what happened is the generation of women now, they're game goofy as fuck. So they just pawn it off through this pseudo feminism bullshit, and then the blind are leading the blind, and then she's saying, no, you chicks are game. Even the women that try to present, I probably say this: if you're gonna try to get femininity training from somebody, but you're still a woman, where you want to try to run shit, she's probably the best one to go to above all of them. The rest of them, when they get mad, they don't, their tolerance isn't there enough. When they get mad, they take that mask off. April Mason, all of them, they've shown it. So you know they're pretending. They don't have a like. It's kind of like you punch somebody in the mouth. It's like, oh shit. Arisa says, so if Red Pill in Progress guy doesn't come across that intelligent, should we just enjoy they ride or brace for impact? That's a great question. My thing is, women, here's my philosophy on that. When you're young, black men have to learn. Let's say you're a black man and marriage is on the table for you. I'm not here to convince you to not get married. That's a decision you're going to have to make. Let's say you want to get married eventually. The thing about, we all agree that black men shouldn't get married under 30 years old. We all agree to that. Like, even the dudes that promote marriage in this space, we agree to that. So that's where we agree. Black men, just like other groups understand that there's a difference between fucking women and dealing with women in pursuit of marriage. A lot of other groups will fuck black women, but they don't typically always marry black women. You see Arabs do this, you see a lot of different groups do this because they understand that difference. We don't. So we have this thing where we can't separate it. This is why when women talk about, well, I'm not married, but I'm dating. Or black men may not be marrying white women like that, but they're dating them. Because we merge everything as a people. We got to stop doing that. I appreciate that some as a hot rod. I don't know what YouTube is doing either. You know, YouTube is just being YouTube. So it's not me trying to say Danica is bad. What I'm trying to say is, you know, I know, like, I know where the value add is, and I know where we would have issues. That's all I'm saying. You know, and nobody, and I don't think anybody has ever truly brought that to her like that. Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to, oh, well, we need to make it nicer, but women are still running shit. Because I don't agree with a matriarchy either. And I know a lot of dudes like to talk that patriarchy shit, but truth be told, I know how black men are wired. And if more black women were like Danica, niggas will buy into that matriarchy shit. Because the stepfather situation proved that. How we went about that. And I know that. I'm not under any illusions to that. But these women, the thing about these women to make my life easier is these women tell you to your face that they run you. And so that makes it a lot easier for us to say what we need to say. No, they don't have emotional. Black and women are supposed to be a little bit more emotionally intelligent than men. They have to be. Women, most women, and that's another thing. I can tell the difference between you don't, and I'm not talking about women that I agree with versus don't agree with. Like I told you, Danica, I agree with like maybe a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff I don't agree with what she says. But I just told you, she has probably the most emotional intelligence of all of them. So I can separate these things. So it's not just about, okay, these are the women I agree with, and this is why I say that. I think Love Dorsey has very good emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is something you never hear women talk about in this space, and it's really what a lot of black women lack. We're not even going to get into hormonal control and shit. Yeah. And the thing about it is most black men are not really capable of dealing with that and not having a winning position because they don't come across black women that have emotional intelligence like that. They just don't. So they don't know. So they it's very easy to rope even dudes that may be aware. It's very easy to rope them in. And it is what it is. I mean, I'm not here to fuck up somebody's hustle. If the shit could create a decent ecosystem, it is what it is. That's not what I'm here to do. But I'm just saying that, there is a level of game to peep there. First of all, Yanni still is a fat girl. Let's keep that all the way real. Yanni still is a fat chick. Yanni really needs to shut her mouth, to be honest with you. Cause it's like, you look she looks like she just had she's in postpartum and never lost that weight. And I'm not even trying to climb. The purpose of me is not trying to beat her up because she's fat. It's trying to say a lot of the shit that she keeps saying to people she gravitates to, like gravitates to Shamaki. Well, she's not here to be serious. She's not here to have a serious conversation. Again, these women are sexually politicking. There's a difference between the women that actually legitimately care about having a better community to benefit them, but to benefit everybody, and then women that are just sexually politicking for YouTube views and subscribership. And any female that would actually give money to a female that is clearly having weight issues that wears a whole bunch of makeup and a whole bunch of weave for life advice, you're a fucking idiot. That ain't married, you're a fucking idiot. And they don't have to be married. But those are 3 red flags. And look at who I mentioned. Love Dorsey, in shape, married. People say she's an 85. There's nothing wrong with women in the octanes. The octanes is just so you understand how they are, not necessarily saying one is bad. A 92 is not better than an 85. Depends on who you are as a man. Just saying. You look at all these other women. Like if you got 3 strikes like that, but you still paying them, because that's the thing. Yanni's got a lot of she sells coaching. You're a fucking idiot. You're an idiot. And that's another thing why people are, why you talk about women. I talk about women because I want you to understand that I can tell the difference between good ones and bad ones. Even ones I don't agree with, but ones I say, look, if this is what you want to get down, this is probably the best part to talk to, because they've demonstrated even under duress that they really about what they talk about. And Danika's been doing videos for a long time. Danica comes from Facebook. So she's been doing videos for like 7 years. These niggas are some of these chicks are giving money to women, to fucking women, that they are in better situations than the women they're giving money to. Because they see them on TV. Because they see them on YouTube. This is bullshit. Like, I got my big screen in my lab right now. Just because I can turn this shit to YouTube and then I can watch a YouTube video on my TV don't make these motherfuckers famous. And that's the thing too. And that's why I give credit to Game Changer. Game Changer, in my opinion, needs to focus on doing interviews with women that are like-minded, or at least if you're gonna then doing female videos about Sinji and all them. Because at the end of the day, that shit is what it is. They're out there. But our same thing. Shout out to Poor Man's Podcast, another channel that's growing. Soul Provider Speaks. The reality is, we need to show that there's a difference. Now, when you got dudes like the Shamaki Way or Amiri Brown and dudes like that they want to pander, it's obvious they're pandering. Like, you can go to Shamaki Way's early videos and realize, and he ain't talking the same shit. They're pandering. It's obvious. It's obvious they're pandering, and you just knock out their talking points. I want to know why we can't get together. Black men are losing, black women are losing interest in black men. No, they're not. What would have you believe that? Black men are only people who's gonna deal with them like that. Like for real. Please, Spill Spark. I appreciate that. Love Dorsey don't owe me shit. Love Dorsey don't owe me shit. The fact that there's, somebody's out there that will tell the truth and shame the devil as unapologetically she is, with no fucks given, that I can refer these chicks to. So any of y'all niggas that like arguing with these females on social media, stop arguing with them. Just say, you know what, listen to this chick, let me know what you think. Pick a video, any video. Fuck that bullshit. Don't argue with these chicks. Share the link. Go listen to her. Listen to her say it, then tell me it's still bullshit. I did that a couple of times, and the woman didn't know what to do. Yeah, when a female say it, y'all don't know how to act. Listen to her say it and tell you, if you don't like it, shut up, you stupid hoe, bitch, get off my shit. You think I'm bad? Go listen to her. And then tell me I'm bad. You bashing black women. Okay, go listen to her. Then tell me I bash black women. Remember what I told you all about Omarosa? Oh, dude, I'm gonna, sole provider. The only reason I'm not higher now is because my channel has always been done like a vlog. I'm very confident that I'll be at, we'll say 10,000 at least, but I'll be higher than that. And there's other reasons why I'll be like that. Yeah, man, please. The only reason why Yanni matters, the only thing she got is she's light skinned. Outside of that, nobody gives a fuck. She wears too much makeup, her hair ain't hers, and she looks like she just had like twins. And I'm not trying to be mean. What I'm being honest is those are things that she could control. She can grow her fucking hair out. She don't have to wear, she ain't messed up like that to the point where she gotta wear that type of makeup. And then the sad thing is, this is what's bad. She wears sundresses and it's obvious that she got weight. Sundresses are supposed to cover that shit up. And the reason why she's like a perfect example, because there's a lot of females on YouTube where they got great top and they try to, like Brandy does this, even though she's nowhere near, she's not big like that. They use their top and then their face. Now, I'll give Yanni credit for showing her entire body on her about thing. But the thing is, it's like, I'm not saying you can't have an opinion, because you got women out here like Crystal Swirls, obviously. But what I'm saying is, you're sitting here and black men, again, she profits off gender warring. Fantastic just did a video on how the divestment group hustles women. You all are not helping women. Like, the truth is, you're not helping women. Well, you're not helping me. Yes, we are. You all are not helping women. So now I got a list of channels, of newer channels. And by the way, I remember how all these other people came up. So all y'all, they going to switch up as soon as they come up. No, they always show who they are pretty early. Most of these people don't do 180s. They may do 90-degree turns, but they don't do 180 turns. All these women, probably the closest one to do a 180 turn was probably Nicole. That was probably the closest one. I would rather Obsidian's a very good interview. I would rather O'Shea interview Love Dorsey though, if I had to pick. Because because Obsidian will call out the bullshit. O'Shea will call out the bullshit, but O'Shea is not really about the just warring just to be warring shit. And I don't think Love Dorsey is on there. Love Dorsey doesn't do what she does to gender war. She tells the truth as she sees it. If you don't like it, damn you. Yeah. Morpheus, that's probably true, but I don't know if she's getting the guys she's always wanted. And yeah, you right, but you do have a point about that fat girl syndrome. Cause man, women that are like again, and but you could be right about that. That she's like looking at dudes a certain type of way because she lost. Because I've seen what you're talking about, where they start to be angry at dudes. It was one chick where I told her she got mad as fuck with me. I told her, I said, you've always had a cute face. You just too fat. In fact, she had a kid being huge. And she lost. Man, I can show you a dude. I can show you a picture of a female that I know, that I went to school with. This chick she was so big. She was light skinned too. She was so big that you almost didn't say nothing about it because you really thought, okay, this chick must have a condition. She must have a condition. So you dudes like would it was almost like dudes would talk to her as far as being cordial with her as a person, but it was almost like how you deal with somebody where they're kind of like off, they're autistic but function like really really functionally autistic. It was kind of like that. Man, she got out of high school. I don't know what she did. She had to have gotten liposuction. I don't know what she did. She lost all that shit. So she had whatever she had done. And then she had the next thing done where you look like she was never that big. If I would show you a picture of her right now, you niggas would go Jessica X on y'all. You niggas would be like, oh my God, I'll drink her piss. And you all would never know that this bitch was like 320 something pounds in high school. You would never know it. Danica would get loved. No, she wouldn't. Danica and Love Dorsey wouldn't have a problem with each other like that. That's part of Leo. I'll give you that too. I'll give you that too. The breadwinner part, and that's kind of why I kind of when dudes like really go out of their way to say they support the nigga like that, I kind of like don't say nothing. Not because I want to, but it's like yeah, that's what's gonna happen when you're the breadwinner, and this is another reason why I say that she's gonna be a good person for women like that to listen to. That's why I say that. That's cool. Well, this is one thing I do on my channel. No, sweetheart, is I try to illuminate you all to other people. So Love Dorsey is definitely somebody you want to check out. If we're talking about names, Avery Woodley's got about just past 5,000. Six God has got a couple, and she's got some other content out there too. She has a blog, a podcast. You know, y'all already know who the dudes are because I talk about them all the time. Well, also y'all got to understand too is my philosophy on this shit is there's certain things that the women are gonna have to tell the other women. There's certain things that men are just not gonna be able to successfully communicate to women. And even if you have a Kevin Samuels, you still need other women to communicate it because women have to protect their own brand. They just have to. He said I played a lot of other pick me. Well, it's funny you say that, Craig. That guy when these women talk about you killing hope. If your financial advisor told you, let's not even say play the lottery. Your financial advisor told you to do sports betting or to do fantasy sports as a financial strategy, you would fire them immediately, and you should because that's high risk. Well, guess what? That's what these women do when they sit there and say, "I want to get a high value nigga," because we know it's not going to stop at him making money. He's got to be how they like as far as how he looks. And they want to pretend that nobody else is competing for this dude in their race, out of their race. And they can't stand that. So they talk about hope. Well, it's like, are we talking about the majority or we talking about a couple of y'all that's going to luck out? Yeah, you're right. Emotional intelligence, a lot of black men lack it too. Another thing that we don't talk about in this space enough is emotional age. Two people can be, I'm 34, two people can be 34 years old, one person can be 20 years old but have more of a maturity than a 34-year-old. I've seen that. They are female preachers leading the blind. And at the end of the day, just like the dating coaches, you are accountable to who you listen to. At the end of the day, it's not that their rhetoric speaks to them. It's that these women already want to believe what they have to say. So they find somebody to give validity to it. Nigga, black guru too, fanatic. Amiri is pretty much gonna be the next on my if you fuck with Amiri, you don't fuck with me list. Amiri's a bitch ass nigga. I had to block Amiri because he was acting so much like a punk ass. And I got the screenshots to prove it. That nigga is one of the worst type of niggas. Like for real. And I'm gonna keep it real with you, Black Guru. If you fuck with Amiri, I question your judgment. I heavily question your judgment. I could believe that Morpheus. I mean Ease. I could believe that. She does have a chip. And she has it in a bad way. Because she's one of these chicks where she thinks she deserves shit. It's like, here's the thing. I'm not saying Yanni doesn't have the components to be an attractive chick. But the reality of the situation is, if you a dude, then you make 70, like, unless you a dude that likes big girls, and let's be clear here, black men that like big girls like that, I understand ass and titties. I like ass and titties too. But I don't like ass and titties with a huge stomach. I'm not willing to accept. I'd rather deal with a chick that's thin than deal with a chick that has ass and titties and a big belly. I'm sorry. This is where a lot of black men split. A lot of niggas want ass and titties so much they willing to deal with the stomach that comes across it. I can't do that. Maybe that's because I'm short, but I gotta be able to like get right here. If I can't get right here, that's a problem. If I'm doing this. Oh no, I'm too short for that shit. And that might be why I'm the way I am. If you a nigga that you 5'10", 6 foot, a big bitch is still you still looking down on her, so you might be able to play that game. Giving y'all a little bit of rope. I can't play that. Oh, you said the Gorrila Bow. Yo, I wish they had an affiliate program. I'm so mad they don't have a like Bowflex should have bought that shit. Not Bowflex, P90X. That shit, are you fucking serious? Like all these dating coaches, fitness coaches in this space, nigga, because here's the thing. I work from home. Like this is the room that I use to work from home and shit. So I'm sitting here working from home and I'm like, okay, I'm permanently working from home. I can't, I need something. I need to be, getting in shape. It's still the later end of the winter. I need something, but I'm not trying to buy no fucking both. I'm not trying to buy no fucking both like $1,500. I'm not trying to go through all of that. Not right now. And I saw this thing, and they got a travel pack. We like y'all need to look it up. I'll link it in the damn community tab. But this shit, whoever invented this shit, because when you look at what it costs to produce it, oh man, I was like, whoa. And I love it because they got a lot of black men that's actually promoting it as far as like who they got as far as the trainers and what I see on YouTube. Man, that shit is the truth. Like this would be like something like Steph's Code's channel. Oh man, perfect sponsor. Yeah, bashing because bashing like yeah, like bashing like even yeah, you're right. I saw some of it. It was a great get for Bernard from an entertainment standpoint. But I mean, like Xanatos Clutch says, it's the dating industrial complex. I mean, my thing is I have dating coaches I fuck with and ones that I don't. I will say this: any dude that's not telling the truth, like one reason why I like Glendon is Glendon tells the truth about like dating black women versus dating non-black women. The issue that I have with like people like Lucario and Steve is these will be niggas that say, "Well, man, you ain't if you complaining about black women, then you ain't a good enough man." Okay, you don't date black women at all. See, you notice none of these dating coaches ever will deal with content. They'll never broach content teaching black men how to date black women because they know they can't. They know that shit won't. They can't produce results for that. That's really the only issue that I have. But I like Steph is cold. I like Alan Rogers Curry's book because I think men need to approach a more direct dating model. Well, yeah, I'm not approaching these females. I don't know why, man. Y'all approach them on in fucking. I think it's bitch made to approach these chicks in the DMs or to approach these chicks on Tinder. Unless you're the type of dude that you're built a certain type of way to benefit from social media, like any dude under 5'7" should not be on social media. Like, sir, unless you're like the prototypical pre-qualified nigga, you got the pre-qualified traits. You're gonna have to approach these females because you're gonna have to lead with your presence. Glenn and Cameron calls this like first level of attraction and second level of attraction. Well, first level is like the pre-qualification, meaning looks all that. And the main thing you can control with that is lifting weights and stuff like that. The second level is really like how you are as far as your presence. And unfortunately, if you don't have the right statistics, you're gonna have to do that. And it's not about validating women. It's not about that. You're making it about them. It's not a Stephen Cole talked about that. Like you should have a rotation. Hell, let's keep it real. You should have a couple of fives in your rotation. A man should always have women that like them more than he likes them. And if that woman is a five, but she gives good dome, like the white chick on Uncut Truth said, a bottomless throat, then you got your go-to. And I'm not saying you disrespect that female. I'm saying you let her understand that if she's being 100% compliant, that you appreciate that. That's how you do. That's what these bitches do. But y'all don't think about it like that. Y'all think about it like you're validating the bitch because she gets to tell you no. It doesn't matter. I've had women tell me no today that later on tried to talk to me later on. Some of them I said, fuck it, fuck them. Some of them I said, fuck it. I dealt with them for what I wanted to deal with them. I'm not going to say I pumped and dumped them, but I didn't give a fuck about what they did. Zero, I don't agree with Zero on everything. And Zero can be too OCD about shit. But what you just said, Cosmic Warrior, I do agree with. Part because it's not about helping men. And Zero did if that's a point that he made, that's a good point. They're not them niggas don't care. Them niggas, a lot of them niggas want to be thoughts. A lot of them niggas are pretty much doing like what the female dating coaches be trying to, these femininity coaches. A lot of them, they just want to be over men and say, look at these niggas that have elected me that nigga because of a lifestyle I've quote unquote presented. Like, I've heard Satan the Sinner fucks with Lucario. And I don't have an issue with Lucario. But my thing is, any dude that's going to allow it to come out of their mouth that, oh, well, you complain. Anybody complaining about women. Oh, well, if you can't get black women, then that means you ain't got no game. Well, nigga, I don't see no black bitch around you. The last bitch I've seen you dealing with was fucking I Love New York. Oh, I ain't supposed to know that, though. I ain't supposed to know that shit. I ain't mad at somebody getting on TV. It's getting on TV. But what I'm saying is, like, nigga, are you serious? I don't want to hear that. Like, you never see Donovan do that. You never see Donovan do that. You know why? Because Donovan understands. And so it's not about, and that's really the biggest thing that pisses people off. It's not even the dating coaching part. It's this thing about people use marketing this is what used to get RC in trouble a little bit. People use marketing as a method of you saying, I'm a better nigga. And you speak to the people and not to the points, undercutting their points. If these niggas have points, you undercut the points. You don't undercut them. And Zero's absolutely right about that. Them niggas want to scratch that narcissism gene. They talk to black men like black women do. And here's the thing: none of them niggas will talk to a white man like that. None of them niggas you will ever see saying, you notice they will never say that shit to white men. Donovan probably talks the most shit to white dudes when he gets to it. So again, remember, comparing and contrasting. Make sure y'all get the likes up. You can tell. Which, as far as I'm concerned, look, man, I'm not gonna hate on chicks that got liposuction, but don't tell me about self-improvement when you couldn't work your ass out. Because I can show you black women I follow, light skin, dark skin, whatever you want, of women that I follow in the fitness niche that they were big as fuck. They look like they ate themselves and they lost that weight the right way. I can tell the difference between the ones that got surgery because a lot of them post the incremental losing of the weight in their pictures. Like they posted it from start to finish and not long gaps like in their pictures. And they're continuously losing weight. That'll be a picture for another time. That'll be a type of thing I'd have to put on my Telegram. That'll be the type of shit I start showing y'all on my Telegram. Dude, and this is why that's another thing. When Kevin said, you know, how you look naked, she probably got triggered by that shit. That's why they like that silhouette bullshit. That silhouette challenge. Exactly. And that's why she's valuable, because this allows people to the biggest value she adds is removing that tag that we're just beating up women because we're mad. Because then it forces them to deal with it. And look, I don't believe in picking on women that are trying to do better. I don't believe in that at all. I believe in encouraging that and helping. But at the end of the day, 6 is a barber. Wow. I'm sure she ain't never hurt him for money, because I'm sure niggas will get hurt shit. If she know how to cut, she shit. I can't really speak to that because I'm not a spouse. But what I can do is I'll speak to it to an example of people that I know that are in the same business and do well, because I do know black people that do the same thing. The thing about it is that's Johnny's not a female. That if you're a female that you're looking for somebody to inspire you to do better and be better, she's not the person to look at. A lot of these women use Massandra's views as a way to emotionally redirect them from holding them accountable to their shit. Yeah, what's up, Obsidian? Yeah, I saw Obsidian's video when he started to make dude tap dance at the end on the short shit. That Mr. West, he didn't know how to handle that, because and here's the thing, and I'm not gonna side see quarterback it. First of all, that dude that doctor whatever dude, I get why Obsidian had him on there. Like, you gotta understand, Obsidian does shit at like multiple different levels, so you gotta kind of, like, he wanted to let that dude talk, like, in order to get his shit out. Cause then if other people would have came on there, he would have been acting like he got cut off. He didn't get his point. The manosphere doing manosphere shit, whatever. So let him say what he gonna say. But that dude didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He really didn't. Like, the biggest thing that I would say Obsidian about, out of all the things I listened to, or the thing that jumped out to me, is when that dude, when you was asking about body count, and you got to understand about Obsidian, a lot of y'all don't be peeping game. Obsidian be like in the conversation, but not really in the conversation. And when he start joking and playing, that means he ain't really taking the conversation seriously, but he's still moving it along to still get the dude to say what is on his mind about a topic. And that's an interrogation tactic. And a lot of you niggas be like the first 48, and you all start telling on yourselves because you don't realize that's what the fuck he's doing. And obviously he don't do that. He ain't doing that so much at people in this space versus people that are not in this space. But a lot of y'all, I be laughing, you know. But the biggest thing that jumped out to me was the body count thing, where Obsidian kept asking over and over about the body count, throwing different numbers in there. And this motherfucker talk about the body count don't matter. This nigga doesn't understand what an imprint is. He doesn't understand that the reason why the body count matters is because physiologically, if a woman has a lot of sex partners, the more sex partners a woman has, it's like a rubber band in elasticity. If you do this with a rubber band like 100 times, it's not going to be as elastic. I'm not talking about pussy. What I'm talking about is a woman loses their ability to bond with a man. This is why these women always are trying to duplicate relationships they had when they were in fucking high school or earlier on. Why? Because that is where they imprinted. This is why feminism wants women to be older when they actually get into relationships or they get married. Why? Because these women, because it makes it easier for these women to be rebellious. These women, so that's something that we never talk about. And the fact of the matter is that motherfucker didn't understand that at all. That shit didn't even enter into his consciousness. And there was a lot of obvious, like that, talking to that dude was like talking to somebody pre-2010 in this conversation. And you can really tell, okay, but whatever. Off that, on to the West thing. Like when we talk about the short shit, he was tap dancing around that because he doesn't have an answer. And I'm not going to tell Obsidian how to do what he did because hindsight is 2020. But I know how I would have did it. I would have was like, look, dude, let's take everything out of it. We're both Americans. We don't know what not having, unless we want to be in that situation, what not having access to plumbing is. Like, we know if we take a shit, we can flush the toilet. No matter where we go, right? For the most part. Okay. So, if you go to, like, the Philippines, everywhere doesn't have the same water pressure like that. So, you have to take what you wipe your ass with, and unless you're in, like, the hotels and shit that caters to foreigners, to the people that's got money, you have to put that in like a fucking trash can. I know that sounds unsanitary as hell, but it's true. And I worked in sites in these places, like call centers and stuff. So when you're in the hotels, you don't got to deal with that because they got water pressure like that. As Americans, we don't think about that because that's outside of our conscious thought process. It doesn't make us bad people. We just don't think about that because that's not in our zone. And he would have agreed to all of this. And then I said, okay, so as a man that is 6'1", it's not that you resent dudes that are short. It's just not in your worldview to the point where you think about it. Here's the thing where you become full of shit, though. You become full of shit when you talk about personality, when you know good and goddamn well, if you're in the top 15, if you're in the top 85 percentile, let's say the top 15%, and you know women value height, which nobody debates, you have an artificial advantage. We're not going to bring race into it because he would have shut down. Because we're not going to say, okay, you being a white man gives you an advantage too. We're not going to say that because he would have shut down. Keep it universal. You already know that. There is less tall people in the United States of America than there are men that are white. In fact, it's about half of every race of dude that's above 6 foot that it is of white men. And I'm talking about white men in the United States, about 33%. It's less than half. So meaning it's actually probably in the dating market more valuable to be 6 feet than it is to be a white man. in America. So Obsidian was presenting all these studies. I get that because somebody needs to do it. That shit don't even need to be done. I dare somebody to debate and tell me height don't matter. Now my thing is, can you still date black women and get the black women you want? Sure. I'm shorter than Obsidian. But the difference is, and then understand something, Obsidian's in Philly, which Philly's gonna, in my opinion, be a harder dating market because black people are like very over masculine. And so the women are like masculinized in Philly. Not all of them, shout out to Naima, but a lot of them. So a lot of that stuff is going to be a little bit even more exaggerated. Versus if you're in the South or you're in other parts of the United States, height matters everywhere and it matters with black women everywhere. But how many, the numbers you're gonna have to run the table on is gonna be a little bit different city to city. It's gonna, in Philly, I think it's probably the harder cities because this way you gotta prove yeah, black women are on some. There's a reason why, you know, SWP, Obsidian, Donovan Sharp, like y'all, George May, y'all in Philly. Black women on some other shit in Philly. So I know when you're in Philly, you're dealing with some unique shit. Even when you're dealing with black people, you're dealing. And let me tell you something. Black women are attractive in Philly, but some of the psycho issues, man. Yeah, Obsidian. That I don't play that. I'm trying, y'all. She got a top and ass. No, she don't. Cause a lot of you niggas, they be calling chicks that got fat asses. They ain't just got fat asses. Man, please. That's another thing. Have a video really comparing asses. A lot of y'all just like a whole bunch of fat that happens to be in your ass, but it ain't really an ass. That's why people play the how it lay sweepstakes, the how it lay game. And that's something that black men need to stop fucking doing. How it lay. Fuck that shit. Y'all dealing with bitches that are fat and they ain't even had kids yet. So you know they gonna be fucked up once they start having kids. And that's another thing too that goes back into what Obsidian be talking about. When a lot of these chicks talk about what black men are not doing, they're talking about the black men they're sexually attracted to. So that's so those men are the men that they're. No, it doesn't matter what they do anyway because you already just throwing pussy at them because you all are too socially awkward to throw anything else. Y'all ain't got femininity, so the only thing y'all know how to do. If throwing pussy at a nigga don't work, y'all don't know how to deal with him. So y'all get on YouTube and cry. That's what that is. You got chicks, and see, this is another thing. You got chicks that are 5'4", 4'11", or 5'2", that tall dudes really like. So it ain't. So even with the tall chicks, it's and that's man, yeah, yeah. I like Steph is cold. I think Steph, I think I can see why because I never listened to him. I knew who he was. I just because I can't listen to everybody. But I see now. I've been rotating who I listen to, getting away from some people, getting more into some people, changing my feed up, and I see why he has his subscribers because Stephen Cole has a relatability that's very good. Lucario's been in the game for a lot longer. Lucario was on I Love New York. Type in trends, type in TRENDZ in YouTube and see what pops up. I Love New York trends and see what pops up. That's not true, Katie Rams. Light skinned dudes, the thing about it is light skin has never went out of style. Light skin just went underground. That's all that was. The reason why you don't see a lot of light skinned men bitching on YouTube is because light skinned dudes, will get in where they fit in, and light skinned dudes are able to kind of jump back and forth between races and shit. When it comes to dating, like black women are not really looking at light skinned dudes as far as the damn keeping the chain on the leash. I'll keep that in mind, Obsidian. But I'm telling you, Obsidian, at least go look at that Gorrila Bow thing I'm talking about. That shit is the truth. Especially for if you're talking about people that really ain't trying to be around people because of COVID. You talk like as far as the gym, but they not really trying to spend a lot of money on no fucking gym thing. Like just go look it up. I'm dead ass serious. But no, that's good advice. The kettlebell is something that people sleep on too. And the kettlebell you can get at any Walmart or anything. And a lot of personal trainers, that's what they'll start you off with. Another thing that I wasn't even gonna mention, so some of this shit I was gonna save for my other channel, but go look up Jawline. All these niggas that love to talk about a jawline, I was laughing at this shit. This is a product that you put in your mouth and you can literally exercise these muscles that'll get you a much stronger jawline. Go look up Jawline. Go look that shit up. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing about it, when it comes to being physically fit, that's something you can control. And it doesn't, ain't nobody saying you gotta be cock diesel like these chicks want, but you can always be more fit than what you are. Exactly, Black Mind. They do be lying. A lot of it is pre-qualification. But I'm not about. Here's the thing. I'm not one of these dudes that's like dating. Like dating coaching is bad. I have the people I like. I like Glendon Cameron. I like Stephen Cole. You know, my thing is though, and I'm not trying to unendorse other people. I mean, Alan Roger Curry's books are really good. I think that's I'll probably do like I said when I get a website I could do kind of like what I recommend when it comes to stuff like that. Exactly, Obsidian. I don't. You're right. I don't agree. I agree too with but the thing about it is a lot of these chicks get the Dr. Miami treatment because they're lazy. See, this is the thing that they will tell you about women. Like, okay, you have just like how niggas. I call it niggas when black men get 20-inch rims on a 1992 Honda Accord. We'll call it 2002 Honda Accord. They're being lazy. There's a difference between women that they actually work out and then they get some nips and tucks here and there, or they don't go overboard with it. And then the females that it's like they got bulimia and anorexia with it, and they just keep because they got self esteem issues. Shout out to Jada Black, which is the other video I shared in my comment section, which shows a white chick like that. Like black women getting ass implants, that tells you right now she's got some mental issues already. Already. So the thing about it is, you got these women that they're exercising that narcissist gene that the society and feminism promotes. And then they want to just charge that to the black man or to the man ain't shit credit card. I've listened to Coach Greg. I've been listening to some of Coach Greg Adams shit. Well, I mean, nobody like this. Black, nobody really only black women advocate for really black love. They advocate for black love because black love is a way of shutting the market down to anybody else. It's a way of. It's like they're trying to. Black women advocate for black love the same reason why Spectrum and AT&T are going to advocate they be the only internet service provider. So they don't have. So they can give you shitty service and charge your ass. Yeah, busted challenge. I don't have an issue, a personal issue with the busted challenge. But my thing about the busted challenge, and there's an article coming out where they're starting to take that filter off and see that there's kids doing it. Or the silhouette challenge. The thing about it is what you see with that is stop acting like the society is over sexualizing you. That's not the society. That's you. I'll post it in the community tab. Of course she made that situation of black men don't protect us. Of course Yanni's gonna do that. Somebody said that. That's all she can do. And my thing is, telling niggas, this is the video I did before, telling black men we don't protect you ain't gonna make us protect you more. I mean, like, what is your goal? Is your goal really to cover for that white man, or is your goal really to get black men to protect you more? April Mason did that shit too. That black men don't protect me, go get a white man. Go get them. And so they can protect you while they whooping your ass. And then you're gonna sit here and then talk about how, but like that is the like, and shout out to the sister that happened to. That shouldn't have happened. I'm not talking about her, but what I'm talking about is if black women were gonna make this divestment. And black women always talk about divestment like that's some shit that they're new to. Oh, well, this like 20 years ago. Well, we just couldn't divest. Now the floodgates have been opened. And that's a part of them. Again, I said this at the beginning of this video. Black women operate like Wanda in WandaVision. They are in that hex. And when you walk into that damn gate, you got to become like this thing. Like I'm telling you, if y'all have seen that show WandaVision, it is exactly like that. You turn into this whole different bullshit. And when you say something they don't like, they just swoosh you out of there. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. So they live in their own reality. So, I mean, you know, you sit here and you say, why don't you protect us? That's some goofy shit. That's some goofy ass shit. Yeah, Utopia, the imprint. The imprint. And that's probably one of the most important things about sexual education a woman can have is the imprint. Because it's one thing to say don't have sex before marriage. It's another thing for you to say don't have bad boys. When women ask why, nobody has an answer. So they're going to naturally think you say what you're saying is bullshit. Women are purposely not told about the imprint. That information is purposely buried. And make no mistake, I learned about the imprint from a black from Alexis Tyler. That's when I first heard it. She called it hitting the bottom, and I knew what that was already. But she gave context to what that means, and what that does. And then BGS and Rom kind of further codified it. Rom has a paid video called The Pre-Imprint, which talks about how you're pre-imprinted when you listen to all of these Disney shows, and as a child, how you're imprinted psychologically. Yep, you're right, Nameless. Biological denialism. Make sure y'all get them likes up. Let's get it above 100. I don't give a fuck about Yanni. These niggas are mentioning it. That's why I'm commenting. But at the end of the day, not Yanni is like one of the principal emotional dope dealers. Anybody that pays her for coaching, any female that does that, you're a fucking idiot. For real. I would tell you, you might as well go over there. If you want some real coaching, Love Dorsey does that shit for $60 for 30 minutes. If you pay that chick for anything, you're a moron. You don't have to know their body count. You can just see how they move. You act like women that don't fuck a lot of niggas don't move differently than women that do. Are you serious? You don't need to know their body count. Look at how they're acting. Porn, that's bullshit. Porn stars don't find love. Porn stars don't find love. They find acceptable companions. Like, y'all can't quantify what love is. I mean, shit, by that definition, celebrities find love. And they get married and divorced all the time. Get the fuck out of here with that. Like, yes, no. That pair bond shit is real. And that shit can be chemically proven. You can prove that. And the hormones that love gives in the brain. Just like how you can prove colorism with the doll test. Come on, man. Are you really telling me whatever, man? Like I said, some of y'all just going to figure it out. Yes, you can override another man's imprint, but it's not easy. Yes, you can override another man's imprint. The best way to describe the imprint is how you describe people that's addicted to nicotine. It's not like an addiction that makes you crazy, but it's an addiction that you can relatively see in people's actions. There's a reason these chicks tend to have a certain specific type. The imprint explains a lot about black female behavior. It explains a lot. A lot of y'all, if y'all don't know about the imprint, you can never be truly red pill until you know the imprint, because it allows you to really understand why women do what they do. It helps you understand why women will fuck the same niggas all through their 20s and then not figure out that's not the right thing to do until their sexual market value starts to go down. Which, by the way, they can only see their sexual marketplace value go down by how the dudes react to them. I mean, the imprint is not debatable. If y'all don't know the imprint, it's because y'all goofy. The imprint, y'all might as well be trying to debate chemistry with me. I'm not even going to debate the imprint with you. You all need to learn up. I would tell you all, type in imprint and BGS more, type in imprint and Ron Wills' channel, and before you do that, go look up Alexis Tyler and Penis Power, and she will talk about that shit all the way in 2007, 2008 on YouTube. And then fast forward and go to them. This is not debatable. You'll hear it from a woman and she will tell you. And she doesn't use the term imprint, but she's talking about it. And she's trying to tell other women about it because she's saying a lot of your behavior is governed by this. Well, height is not that height is an absolute roadblock, but what I'm saying is, a lot of dudes that are gonna be dudes that act like, well, women just come to me and all that. You gotta look at certain what I call pre-qualified factors and certain pre-qualified faces, and that they'll call it game. It's not game. There's a difference between you having game and fuck up, but you've passed the pre-qualification test, and then you having to work past that. Those are two different things. The kenosphere. And I'm not knocking another man's hustle, but don't act like what we saying is bullshit and you in a glass house. That's all I'm saying. Man, look, there's this image that light skinned dudes don't get women. Light skinned men have no incentive to change that because it's not like, that's true. So I mean, we just move under the radar. Light skinned dudes don't have the same need for attention that a lot of black folks have. You got it from Amazon? I didn't know you could get it on. Damn, I didn't even check Amazon. I mean, I got it directly from their site. But you know what though? I didn't feel like paying all the money for it, so I got it on a firm. So I could try it out. So I just had to pay like $40 for it. It's another thing. You can get it from a firm and pay multiple payments. Cause I like having the option to pay shit off. I didn't even know you. I didn't even think to look at that shit on Amazon. But yeah, man, you should do an unboxing video. I'm gonna do an unboxing video because remember what I said: quality of life, health, wealth, money, time, freedom, and relationships. That's what we're gonna talk about with the Classic Men mag, and I'll be merging a lot of that on these videos as well. I didn't even know you get that shit, and that's good because I'm gonna want to get some of those because I got the heavy ones. No, it's not bigger jaw lines. It's more of a jawline. What I'm saying is there's products for stuff like that. That's all I'm saying. Nobody never talks about that. I'm gonna post it in the community tab with my Instagram. Not my Instagram, but my fucking thing. Let me give you all this because I'm getting good super chats. Appreciate that, good man. I gotta drop this money for the WandaVision reference. Edge, your lyrical. Yeah, man. And I'm thinking about that in my mind as I'm saying it. Like I'm like, this is exactly what it is talking to these sisters. Fuck it. And by the way, that sister on there is, yeah, very good addition to Marvel. I'm looking forward to her becoming Photon and everything. Very good addition. Even the way her hair is, very good addition. Very very good addition. Um, but um, but yeah, appreciate that. And then Smurgo saw some black women compare colorism to racism and rape. Yeah, they do. Because again, Smurgo, the reason you need to understand why they do that is because they don't care about being pro-black. Everything they care about is sexual politicking. The reason why Chrissy liked Jason Black had nothing to do with Jason Black with the Black Authority pro-black. She liked Jason Black because Jason Black represented this fantasy nigga that she wanted, this Killmonger type of nigga. And she and once she realized that she wasn't gonna get that like that, she fell away from Jason Black. That and that's when the real niggas ain't shit comment. It's sexual politicking. Two things y'all need to pull away from this video. One is the imprint governs a lot of how women choose men. So it has nothing to do, a lot of it doesn't have anything to do with you. It has everything to do with her imprint. And y'all are being told by the dating coach stuff, y'all can override that shit. I'm not saying you shouldn't self-improve. Obviously you should do. I'm not saying you shouldn't develop social skills. Obviously you should. But you have to, if it's a sexual access problem, then you have to expand sexual access to every woman in the United States as far as races. And then if you choose to say, I want kids to look like me, because that's what I want if I choose to have kids, then okay, you find a woman like that. But see, the problem is the only real issue is the sexual access thing. And that's because people are limiting their sexual access. So whether you're short or whatever, by you expanding that, that expands your numbers. And that's not necessarily saying fuck black women. That's just saying like, I'm not, oh, I don't date black women. No, I date all women. I mostly date black women, but I date all women. That's the thing. The second thing is y'all need to understand is the sexual politicking. All of this bullshit, the feminism, the intersectionality, the black church, ADOS, pro-black, 90% of everything these chicks say is all about sexually politicking. Even the women that I like on YouTube, a lot of what they're doing is separating themselves from the women that's on some absolute crazy shit because it gives them better sexual politics. The shit that these women are starting to say is so crazy, it's starting to low-key affect women that otherwise would have been silent and wouldn't be affected because they have fucked up the trust amongst the genders so fucking bad that now they're starting to feel it. That's the difference. So those are the two main points. And I'll take a look at that short clip because I got examples of people that work together and what relationships that works in. Let me see. Let me go from the bottom because I do need to get off this. We about to get to 2 hours. Historically whack college. Well, no, it's different because dudes, black men care about a black female body type more than they typically care about your skin tone. Technically, she was the first Captain Marvel good man back when what's called was Miss Marvel, but yeah, because that's the thing. I'm gonna be look, and a lot of these products, unfortunately, I don't even have. There's not even affiliate links for them. Although the Gorilla, I'm glad you showed me the Gorrila Bow because what I can do now is I can have an Amazon link to the Gorrila Bow. So, and the thing about it is, look, man, Steph X Cole would probably be a lot more, credibility to promote fitness shit than I would. But I'm gonna tell you shit that's out there. There's shit out there that will help us get to where we need to get to. I don't know where you all are at, but I know for the niggas, C Boogie and them niggas that always talk about a jawline nigga. See this is the difference between C Boogie, whatever. This is the difference between me and C Boogie. Because I saw what the city was talking about with C Boogie basically gassing up David Westbrook. He got guns in his closet. That's a nigga that's insecure. When you're talking to black men and you gotta be in a gun closet, that's subconscious insecurity. You don't believe me? Just ask Dr. Frances Quest Wilson and her books on what the gun is basically stands in place of when it comes to dealing with black men. He subconsciously did that. That's number one. Number two is see Boogie ain't never told you how to actually get a jawline. As much as that nigga talk about jawlines, he ain't never talked about, well, this is some stuff that may help you get a jawline. No, he's here. He's one of these I'm better than you niggas. Bow down types. Then get mad when niggas bark back at his ass. Whatever. Shit, at least I'll give you a product you can buy to be a jawline nigga. Shit. It's not set up yet. I need to set it up. Yes, they do call it being dick drunk and dick dumb. Absolutely. They use different terminology for it, but they will make it seem like, okay, you're just for that dude. No, women start to look for the same nigga. They date the same nigga. This is why their options when it comes to black men are so limited because that they've been imprinted that way. A lot of them. He is pre-qualified. Not saying he ain't got nothing to say. I'm not saying if you're a pre-qualified dude, you can't talk about dating. But what I'm saying is not talking about that is bullshit. Because if you're really there to help dudes, then you need to be really there to help dudes. So you gotta be I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's true with Love Dorsey, but she definitely is more honest about it. Yeah. And then what do you think alpha widows are? What do you think alpha widows are? And why do you think this is another reason why men, this is another biological reason why men want younger women? Because of that shit. Older women are more likely to have more imprints and baggage. And see what women will say is, well, a nigga need to be fuck being a super nigga. They need to be Yahweh. A nigga needs to be God to override that. No, bitch. It's like saying, oh, I'm a 400,000 mile car. I'm a Honda though. You just need to be a mechanic to fix me. No, I need to buy another fucking car. It's like a car that's got 150, 200,000 miles. Them cars always break it down. Well, nigga, you just need to be a mechanic. No, motherfucker, I need to learn how to get a better car. I need to learn how to start getting newer cars and stop being cheap. My thing is the biggest critique that I have for certain people is if you're helping people, then you're helping people. But too many people like to you can criticize black men, but are you really criticizing for tough love, or are you really trying to say do what Umar does? These bitches choose me, nigga. Jason Black does that shit too. It's just that he provides good enough tangible information that it was tolerated. But even then, when he started talking shit about Kevin Samuels, I'm like, man, that's when you started to really see that shit. Yeah, the Honda Genesis is actually a really good car. It's just like man, honestly, if you get a Honda Genesis like that 4 door in a certain year, that's like one of the best values of a car you could probably get out in the market today. Well, yeah, you gotta vet these women. Like people are wise, but we don't talk about body count in the manosphere like that. But the truth is, it does matter, and you see it when you got your wife on the busted challenge, or you got your wife just randomly twerking in public. Now you understand, or you got your girlfriend that want to make you an OnlyFans boyfriend. Now you wonder, or you got women like Aisha Curry that want to be a hoe too. Now you understand why the imprint is important. The psychological imprint is important. You invest in all this shit in these hoes, and then these chicks just want to be a hoe. Like, for real. And then people will say, don't believe your lying eyes. Anyway, y'all, this morning stream has been great. Look, man, you only need a hoe facts if you really gonna invest in a bitch. If you just pumping and dumping, a hoe facts is not needed. Just protect yourself. Yeah, y'all know, y'all just heard it by different names. What do you think an alpha widow is? That's what an alpha widow is. A chick that's been imprinted. She ain't married, she's been imprinted. And she can't find another nigga that can override that imprint. So all of a sudden, these men, no, it's not that they liked each other. Chrissy would vaguely reference Jason Black every once in a while, but this was like 4 years ago, earlier in her channel. No, you're welcome, Utopia. And so anyway, it's been great. I appreciate you all super chats from all of you all. I just wanted to, stop in, give you all my 2 cents on some stuff. It's gonna be a great Super Bowl, great looks like great February. I'll say this. Because it is Black History Month, couple of good channels you all need to check out. One is called Black Excellence. So check out Black Excellence channel. Very great channel if y'all want to share some Black history shit on your social media. If y'all want to filter it for Black men, it's Black shit all around. Very good shit, very high quality. You also have From Nothing, which is a channel that talks about African history by a dude. Really good shit. It's another one that I'm forgetting. Damn, I'm forgetting it. I'll put it probably in the post comment section. So those are going to be 3 channels I'm going to share that's like really, 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 really good. Man, Chrissy was never balanced. Chrissy was always against Black men. She just covered it up a lot more. And once she got her subscribers, she was like, damn you. It's the same thing with Paris Milan. Those chicks were always antagonistic to Black men. They were just more diplomatic about it. And that's what a lot of people forget about a lot of these chicks when they keep on saying these chicks break bad on you. Nah, they always demonstrated that. And the imprint is not about me saying, oh, these women are damaged. It's really about you saying it ain't about you if they don't pick you. And stop allowing these women to dictate who you are based on what they say. A lot of y'all give them way too much power over you, and you all don't understand why you shouldn't. I'm not saying you shouldn't just because you just need to have fucking confidence. You shouldn't. There's actual biological reasons why they do what they do. Thank you, African. Home Team History was the other one. So From Nothing, which is like Home Team History, and Black Excellence. Those are probably like the best. Those are really good channels. I know the first 2 the Home Team is ran by Ado's Black dude. From Nothing, Ado's Black dude. I wouldn't care if it was or wasn't. I'm just saying. And then Black Excellence, I actually think Black Excellence might be run by some white folks. Actually. But the information is the information. And if y'all want to get y'all Black History Month on, like if y'all like Hidden Colors, Home Team History is better than Hidden Colors. I fuck with Tariq Nasheed. Home Team History is better. That dude has been able to done is example of what O'Shea always talking shit about struggle streaming. That nigga is example of what quality is for real. I would love for O'Shea to interview that dude. That's another one. From Nothing is another dude, and his stuff is growing too. But I remember him always. He was 6,000. And Black Excellence is a great channel. It has some great stuff. And it's not typical. It's not typical Black history shit. None of these channels are like typical Black history shit. I want y'all to understand that. I'm not just sending y'all to some typical shit y'all would hear anywhere else. It's some real good shit. It's some shit that listen to that shit alone will put you in like, nigga, ain't nobody gonna be able to tell you shit. All right. Man, please, Smurg. Okay, so Smurgo, I'm glad you said that. So I never heard that. You know, as far as if she did get assaulted, I'm sorry for that. But the truth, I don't know if that's the nigga she dated for like 10 years. But my thing is this, you know, if she's covering up that she never dated Pookie, she's a fucking she's a liar because we all know she did. At the end of the day, because think about it, Chrissy don't be completely. So it's like, bitch, who you date? Who do you date? Because women that date black men like she does, like women are not the same as men. Men can kind of separate like who women are versus what they do. We're complaining about what they do. They're complaining about who black men are from what they believe. And my thing is, you can't have, women cannot have relationships with men and then have this walking kind of antagonistic mindset to their men and then not show up in their own relationships. That can't happen. So and Chrissy has been one of the main ones that's talked about. She hasn't gone as far as saying that prison niggas are preferred, but she has gone like, we're sexually attracted to Pookies and educated lanes need to be more like Pookies. That's basically where she's gotten. So she can lie all she wants to, but like I said, man, as a listener, you're accountable to who you listen to. So if you're listening to people that all they do is feed into the negativity of all you, and they don't give you, it's not about positivity for positivity's sake, but they're not giving you insight on anything, then that's on you. That's on you. And that's why it's great that you have these other females coming online. Because again, rather than us going at them, these women can offer alternatives. That's what that is. And it's harder to call them pick-me's when you have so many coming up. It's harder. She did date drug dealers. And I was like, and I said, why the fuck? You got to think about it. You have to ask yourself the mindset of a woman. Because keep in mind, Chrissy's like 34. She's my age, maybe 35. She's making YouTube videos since she was like 30 or 29. So she's never been young on YouTube. You have to ask yourself, what is the mindset of a woman that will openly say they dated drug dealers? And she's not the only woman I've heard that, but on YouTube, when you're having this conversation, you're openly, I'm not saying all drug dealers are like scum of the earth, but the point is, you're dating men that we can easily say are bad men. Because there is no marriage happily ever after dating a drug dealer. We know that life leads to certain things if you stay in it. So the fact that you were sexually attracted to that and you thought you could build a life with that, that tells me at the very least you were never serious about really dating. You were just fucking off. So for you to even have credibility to say you to tease these young chicks, but hey, you want to listen to it? You want to listen to it? Listen to it. All right, no, Smurgle. Okay, I appreciate that because that makes sense as to why I would have never heard it because I didn't hear that when I did listen to Chrissy every once in a while, and her voice always annoyed me. But whatever. But as of yeah, man, I can believe that. I can believe that. And then, hey, you like laying with dogs when they bite you. Now all niggas ain't shit. Just like Kerrigan. You can trace Kerrigan's bullshit to the nigga that called her bluff. Well, we gonna have this baby. What we gonna do? No, I'll be in this life, but bitch, fuck you. Because I said I want to keep with you anyway. And then she hate black men. So all these shits got like those fucking origin stories. Like Wanda. They all got them origin stories. Like Wanda, where they break bad. Eyes turn red. Yo, that show, once you get past the first 2 episodes, yeah, I gotta give him credit, man. I gotta give him credit. I gotta give him credit. Like, Kevin Feige ain't fucked up yet. I know we all waiting for it. My answer, son is a hot rod. My answer to that freckled chick is this. You know, black women are outside of white people, black women are the main ones responsible for as many black men are in prison. There are more black men in prison in the United States of America than there are women in prison on the planet. So all these niggas that you want to fuck, guess what? Black women are the main ones locking their ass up. So whatever. That's not YouTube's fault. I mean, that's how the algorithm is. Chrissy admitted cheating on her current dude and lost her chance. Whatever, man. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, people want to listen to her, listen to her. Yes, after yeah, oh yeah, yeah, it is. They got villain origin stories. They all these hoes got villain or origin stories. And by the way, go check out if y'all want to hear y'all since I keep bringing up these chicks. Go type in David Carroll. David Carroll got a female got a video on the black female civil war. I actually need to finish that up, and I'm gonna do that once I do this because right now I'm look at this bullshit. Y'all better not say I'm not buying shit for you niggas. You better not say I ain't trying to level up for you motherfuckers. I better never hear nothing come out of y'all mouth again about that. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, nobody see. That's why people kill me with asking Jessica X for shit. I'm like, yo, like, whatever, man. I don't even give a fuck. Anyway, y'all, like I said, check out David Carroll. David Carroll has got some information on that. That's another thing. I'm gonna start sharing David Carroll's Avenger link in the Telegram. Give me like an hour. The Telegram will be there. Not the Telegram, but the LinkedIn for y'all to get on my social media. Well, I mean, of course. I mean, if you've been a fiance for 4 fucking years, which is fucking weird. And yes, I do know. I will say this: I know of a couple of women that are in situations like that. But the truth is, they got number one, they're younger. They're like late 20s, like 27, 26. And number two, they got kids. Both situations, they got kid with the nigga that they doing that with. So they're cemented somehow. And a lot of that is but when you ain't got no kid or nothing like that, no, that's bullshit. Well, I can't comment on that. I'll have the classic man link up soon. All y'all got to do is type in Edward 200K and then all my social media pop up. It'll eventually pop up a lot easier on Google once I put content on it. Wow. Like y'all be still listening to her. I can't listen to her ass, man. I didn't know all of that because I don't listen to Chrissy like that. I haven't listened to her like 3 4 years, like 3 years. Like once really she stopped, like way before even she stopped talking with SWP. Anyway, y'all, I gotta hop off. I appreciate it. Let's leave it for the comment section. Be looking out for the other stuff because I'm gonna get that shit set up. Also, O'Shea talked about if y'all listen to me, then y'all should fuck with O'Shea. O'Shea's gonna be on Instagram, so if y'all are on Instagram, do that because between Kevin Samuels, O'Shea, is gonna start making a play for Instagram. We're gonna start making a play for that shit because we got a lot of content. I think that's where another big part of growth that I think we've left on the table. And I'm definitely going to try to do what I can to blow my channel up and take that seriously. Because it's not just about me, it's also about helping other people blow up. So, the man is, like I said, the name of the game this year is expansion. I'm not really interested in going back and forth with these chicks anymore. We fuck with who we fuck with, we don't who we don't. And, people that want to sit here, like, we already know. And the thing, we already know what it is. We already know what it is. Anyway, with that being said, y'all, appreciate it. This is Edward signing off. Yeah, Facebook is a little bit harder because the red pill shit, it has to take a different form on Facebook because the nature of what Facebook is. But you got between Facebook, Twitter, Twitter, the only, yeah, anyway, we'll talk about that later. But with that being said, this is Edward signing off.